Sai Sudiksha?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Good morning to everybody. Let's start our program with prayer.
जगदम्बिके जय जगदीश्वरी जगदम्बिके जय जगदीश्वरी ताये पराशक्ति परमेश्वरी ताये पराशक्ति परमेश्वरी जगदम्बिके जय जगदीश्वरी माये महामाये माहेश्वरी माये महामाये माहेश्वरी नीये विनय तीर्कुम विश्वेश्वरी नीये विनय तीर्कुम विश्वेश्वरी उन्नये शरणடைந்தோம் கருணாகரி உனையே சரணடைந்தோம் கருணாகரி அருள்வாயே ஆனந்தலஹரி கௌரி அருள்வாயே ஆனந்தலஹரி கௌரி ஜகதம்பிகே ஜெய ஜெகதீஸ்வரி.
Thank you. It's my immense pleasure to invite our chief guest, Dr. A. Shankar Subramanian, Chairman ISTE Tamil Nadu section, for this 6 days AACTE ISTE sponsored online induction refresher program on strategies in teaching, learning, phase 2. And also I invite our Honorable Principal, Dr. K. Palanikumar sir, Professor, Principal, and National Executive Council member of ISTE for this program. And also I invite the head of the departments from other departments of our institution. And also I invite all the participants to this program. And good morning to one and all present here. And it is my privilege to share the details of Phase 1 Induction Refresher Program. With our dynamic principles guidance, the Phase 1 program was conducted from 14th December 2020 to 19th December 2020 in an excellent manner. Dr. P. Shaktivel, Dean, University College of Engineering, Kanchipuram, Anna University, and National Executive Council member ISTE was inaugurated the program. The experts from various institutions have transformed their knowledge to the participants throughout the week. And at the end of the program, we have conducted the valedictory function, and we have invited Dr. A. Shankar Subramanian, Chairman ISTE Tamil Nadu section, as a chief guest for the function. And sir has given valuable suggestions and enlightened the function. Thank you once again, sir. And now we are conducting the 6 days AACTE ISTE sponsored induction refresher program from 25th February to 3rd March on online mode on the topic of strategies in teaching learning. Actually, we have planned to conduct the program in physical mode. As per the instructions received from AACTE, we are conducting this program in online mode. And for this program, we have invited eminent speakers from various institutions. Today, we have our dynamic principal, Dr. K. Palanikumar sir, Sri Sairam Institute of Technology in forenoon session, and he will share the ideas on role of importance of entrepreneurship education in engineering curriculum. And in the afternoon session, we have Dr. Sundareswaran from Anna University is going to give the talk on an innovative approach to faculty e-learning. On 26th February, we have yoga session by Mr. Perumal, followed by the session by Dr. G. Saravanan and Professor T. Rajmogan from Sri Chandrasekharandra Saraswati Vishwa Mahavidyalaya University in the afternoon session. On 27th February, we have Dr. R. Ramakrishnan from Tamil Nadu Sports University, followed by we have Dr. I.A. Padani from IIT Indo and Dr. S. Rajarajan in afternoon session. On 1st March, we have Dr. Malliga from NITTR and Dr. B. Sridevi from Sairam Institution and Dr. Somasekhar from IIT Madras in the afternoon session. On 2nd March, we have Dr. Rajasekaran from SRM University and Dr. Brinda Devi from Sairam Institution in forenoon session and Dr. K. Maran, SIMS Director in the afternoon session. On 3rd February, we have Dr. C.R. Sendilnathan on the topic of signature pedagogies used in the management education. And we have valedictory function in the afternoon session in the same day. And I invite Dr. A. Shankar Subramanian as a chief guest for the today's program. And Sir is going to give the inaugural address for this program. Before that, it's my immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Dr. A. Shankar Subramanian. He's a chairman, ISCE, Tamil Nadu section, and is currently serving as the principal of GRG Polytechnic, Coimbatore since June 2013. He has obtained his bachelor degree in electrical and electronics engineering, MEPCO Sri Lanka Engineering College, and master degree in power systems from Tyagaraja College of Engineering, Madurai. And he has obtained doctoral degree at Anna University centered on the theme of digital signal processing. And he has completed the United Kingdom India Education and Research Initiative training on further education, leadership development, and obtained CMA level 5 certificate. Sir is having 28 years of academic experience in the field of education by holding different responsibilities. And he has published 19 research articles in the national and international journals and presented technical papers in various international conferences and conventions. And also, he has authored 6 books in technical arena, and he has submitted funded proposals and received funds from AICTE on the distinguished projects. And he has backed many laurels and awards, as he has rewarded as NMR Krishnamurthy Endowment Award for the ME thesis for the year 2001. And he has backed the Best ISG Chapter Secretary Award for the year 2003. And he has received the Appreciation Award from the Chairman ISGE Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry section for the contribution as the Section Managing Committee member to the Society for the year 2004. And he also achieved Arutchelvar Dr. N. Magalingam Award for the Best Polytechnic Teacher for the year 2005. And he has received Excellency Award from the JC International India, Kotagiri for the year 2007. And he has rewarded as a Special Appreciation Awardee for OERC for the Best Service by the Unit and Best Industry Institute Interaction Award from SEED and the Best Performer Award for implementing skill development courses in the role of empowering the rural youth. And he is awarded as the Best NSS Unit Award for rendering service to the public. And is presently is Governing Council member in Coimbatore Productivity Council, head of the Nodal Squad, Directorate of Technical Education, and is Executive Committee member, ISCE New Delhi, and member in Awards Committee, Coordination Committee, ISCE New Delhi, and he is a member, Board of Studies, Sri Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Coimbatore, and is an advisory committee member for CDTP, Sri Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Coimbatore, PSG Polytechnic, Coimbatore, Government Polytechnic for Women, Coimbatore, and he is a review committee member, WADI scheme sponsored by NABARD and tribal people in Anakatti area. Thank you, and it's my privilege to invite Dr. A. Shankar Subramaniam sir to be the chief guest for the inaugural program. And now I call upon our Honorable Principal, Dr. K. Palanikumar sir, will give the welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the nice introduction about our chief guest. On behalf of AICTE, ISTE Refresher Induction Program on strategies on teaching learning process, I warm welcome Dr. Shankara Subramanian sir, Chairman, Tamil Nadu Section, Indian Society for Technical Education. So he's a great visionary, and he is motivating us to organize more number of events through IST. Now the IST in Tamil Nadu is more vibrant only because of the leadership of Dr. Shankara Subramanian. Even though he has preoccupation and other meeting, he has accepted our invitation, for which I extend my sincere thanks to him. So this is the 6 days faculty development program for the benefit of the teachers. They are able to know about the different strategies on teaching and the learning process, including entrepreneurship, online learning, etc. So that the staff members are able to equipped with their knowledge about the teaching and the learning process through the experts. So in this August gathering, I also warm welcome all the experts, those who are going to contribute for this faculty development program as a presenter. Also, I warm welcome all the participants, the teachers from the different institutions, the teachers from Siam Institute of Technology, and the HODs and other people from Siam Institute of Technology for the August gathering. Since Sari is having other meeting at 11 o'clock, I am not able to take more time. Now I invite Dr. Shankara Subramanian sir to give the inauguration. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. Dr. K.
Now I call
Palanikumar,
upon Dr.
Principal, Sairam Institute of Technology, Dr. G. Saravanan, Organizing Secretary, the coordinators, Dr. Sambhu Sundar and Mr. N. Prem Kumar, learned faculty members from various engineering colleges and polytechnic colleges, and industrial participants. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. First of all, my sincere thanks to AICTE for sanctioning more than 1,000 numbers of these virtual faculty development programs during this pandemic period. It's really a new opportunity for the teaching faculty to attend the programs without affecting their work schedule. My thanks to Siam Institute of Technology for organizing many programs through this virtual mode for the benefit of teaching community in Tamil Nadu. Thank you, professors. Dear friends, we all know that the Indian Society for Technical Education is the leading national professional non-profit making society for the technical education system in our country, with the motto of career development of teachers and the personality development of students and overall development of our technical education system. Being the only national organization of educators in the field of engineering and technology, ISTE effectively contributes in various missions of the Union government. The strength of ISTE is the strong base it has in technical education institutions in the country. At present, the ISTE has a very large and an effective membership base consisting of 1,24,024 life members, 5 lakh student members, 2,734 institutional members, 1,369 faculty chapters, 1,479 student chapters at institutional level, and 17 sections at state level. The ISTE Tamil Nadu section is one of the largest section of ISTE. Dear friends, I am very happy to inform you that the very first virtual annual convention for polytechnic teachers is planned by ISTE on coming 27th February. The event is hosted by Tyagaraja Polytechnic College, Salem, and so far 77 papers were selected for presentation in that event. I request you all to join with us during that convention. I am glad for the opportunity given to share a few words in this induction program. The title, Strategies in Teaching Learning, is quite apprehendable and appropriate at present, especially during this pandemic situation. Since most of the education institutions adopted educating through online, we do take technology as a medium to make students learn with innovative. So we have to re-engineer our strategies in teaching learning, because normally we cannot win today's war with yesterday's strategies. The methodologies innovation improves education because it compels students to use a higher level of thinking to solve problems. Teaching is always pleasure for whom the profession is a passion. There are methods to use in teaching. Conventional way of teaching is getting outdated because new methodologies with the help of creative inventions. The Z generation students looking forward the creative learning with technological inventions. Nowadays, the teachers are the one who facilitates the crave for learning with the students. Innovation in education about more than just technology. It's about how you can use technology to empower students to become lifelong learners who are the agents of change. Innovative teaching focuses on creating conducive environments within which good learning can occur. Innovative teachers are excellent at supporting students and are also adept at creating engaging content and experiences. A good teaching observes and measures progress without causing any stress to the learner or interruption to learning. They are instinctive about student challenges. So, teachers must equip themselves to quench the students' thirst in learning. There are lots of technological tools are using as learning tools. These technologies increases students' motivation, self-confidence, and self-esteem to learn. Additionally, new technologies usually encourage independent and active learning. As a result, the students feel more responsible for their own learning. The contribution of ICT in modernizing learning and teaching triggers attempts to incorporate these technologies. The integration of information and communication technology can help revitalize teachers and students. This can help to improve and develop the quality of education by providing curricular support in difficult subject areas. Teaching generates meaningful and encouraging learning experience for the students, strategically using ICT to enhance learning. Students enjoy learning and the independent inquiry which provides innovative and appropriate use of ICT. I need to say that this program would help the teacher facilitator to upgrade themselves, to know and to plan better strategies so that they can teach the students to enhance their learning. The coordinator actually just briefed about the topics of various sessions planned during this program. I humbly request all the participants to make use of this great opportunity and share your thoughts and experiences also during the session, so that all the sessions are very interactive one, and we make sure that this benefit reaches our students. I once again thanks Dr. Palani Kumar, the Executive Committee member and principal of this college, and Dr. Saravanan and other team members for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, one and all.
Sir, thank you. Very kind of you, sir. Every time if we are asking for the chief guest, you are kind enough to accepting, for which I extend my sincere thanks to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
It's my privilege, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your support to IST.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We start with full screen. Dr. Saravanan. Saravanan.
Sir, shall we start the program, sir? Sir?
Yes.
So before that, I'll read the citation, sir. Please hold 5 minutes. So, dear participants, our the first session is going to handle by Dr. K. Palani Kumar, Professor, Principal, Sri Sai Ram Institute of Technology, and National Executive Council member, ISTE, is going to share the ideas on the topic of role and importance of entrepreneurship education in engineering curriculum. It's my privilege to read the profile of our principal, Dr. K. Palani Kumar sir is having 20 years of academic experience, and he has received around 1 crore of funded projects from AICTE and DST and other funding agencies in India. And SAR is having the publications SCI journals, 88 journals, and 67 Scopus indexed journals, and 46 international conference proceedings, and 24 national conference proceedings. And Sir has guided and completed 9 PhD scholars, and 12 scholars are under his guidance now. And he is a member of various societies, like member in Chartered Engineer, the Institution of Engineers India, and he is a fellow member, the Institution of Engineers India, fellow member, Indian Institution of Production Engineers, life member of Indian Society for Technical Education, and also National Executive Council member, and life member, Indian Society for Non-Destructive Testing and Evaluation, life member, Tribology Society of India, and life member of Indian Building Society. And he has bagged many awards in India and also from overseas, and he has received Maharashtra State National Award for the Best Research Work in Engineering and Technology for the year 2013 by Indian Society for Technical Education, and Special Paper Presentation by National Board of Accreditation, New Delhi, Best Researcher Award, Association of Scientists, Developer and Faculties, and he has received Best Paper Award from OMC University, Faridabad, and Best Faculty Award from Nehru Group of Institutions. And now I call upon our Honorable Principal to present the various significance and importance on the topic of role and importance of entrepreneurship education in engineering curriculum. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Saravanan. It is my great privilege to extend my sincere thanks to the organizers. Even though I am the coordinator for this event, so everything is organized by the organizing team. I extend my sincere thanks to the organizing team, and also the sincere appreciation goes to them. On behalf of ISTE and the ASTE, we are organizing this faculty development program for the development of the teachers. So this is the induction refresher program on strategies in teaching and learning process. So in teaching and learning process, role of industry in entrepreneurship education also very, very important. So when Dr. Saravanan read my biodata, he has read the old version. So I have completed 18 PhDs and published 254 papers in SCI indexed journals and conferences. 235 papers are in Scopus Asante. This is for your kind information that I am going to present on role of industry in entrepreneurship education, implementation and success factors. So nowadays, entrepreneurship education is very, very important and is the particular need for the nation. Without having entrepreneurship education, we cannot improve India to the next level. If we want to convert our nation into the developed nation, definitely many students are going to become entrepreneurs. If more entrepreneurs, more work and more industries are going to come, then definitely there will be a revolution takes place so that we are able to have more improvement in our nation. So for developing the strategies in teaching and learning process, role of entrepreneurship education also important, especially the participation of industry in and entrepreneurship education is very, very important because the industries are the backbone for any educational system. In educational system, the industry plays a major role and they are producing even the entrepreneurship. For example, some of the students, they are working for a industry for some year. After getting the proper experience, they are going to become entrepreneurs. Suppose if the industry is participating in the institute for developing the entrepreneurship education, then we are able to develop more entrepreneurs. Instead of making the student into a job seeker, we are able to convert the student into a job provider, so that the entrepreneurship education is very, very important in educational institutions, especially technical institutions. The implementation of this entrepreneurship education with the aid of industry is very, very essential for the present day needs. So this program, this lecture, it shows the implementation and the success factors of industry in engineering education. So introduction to entrepreneurship education. Our world is changing rapidly, and we are voyaging steadily towards a generation equipped with more technical knowledge and advancements. The future belongs to the innovators and leaders. Our education systems need to adapt accordingly. So, wherever the changes are taking place, we must have to include that in our curriculum, so that only we are able to improve our system of education. Basic entrepreneurship programs will emerge as a path breaker and trendsetter, proving quite a beneficial initiative for future generations. So that the entrepreneurship education is very, very essential for the students. If we are able to convert our students into entrepreneurs, they are able to provide jobs to others. So that the poverty, we will remove the poverty as the elevator. So the entrepreneurship education is directly the nation and removing of poverty, etc., etc. So that the entrepreneurship education is essentially needed for any country or any nation or any educational institution. All the educational institutions are in need of entrepreneurship education. What is entrepreneurship education? Entrepreneurship education focuses on developing real world skills that will help students to lead exceptional lives in a rapidly changing world. The world is changing rapidly day by day. Whether we are able to work for that or not, that is in our hand. The teachers, we must have to work for the rapid change in educational system also. If you are seeing that day by day some improvements are taking place in industry, introduction of artificial intelligence, blockchain, and related IoT and related things in the system of education improves. And also emerging areas are coming. Even in mechanical engineering, we have 3D 3D printing, like many important new emerging areas are coming. Whether we are able to know about that and whether we are able to implement this in our curriculum, whether we are able to teach to our students. So that is very, very important. So this entrepreneurship education teaches students crucial life skills such as how to collaborate and work with their team, how to speak in public and prepare an effective presentation. So the public speaking and the effective presentations are very, very important both for the teachers and the students. If we are able to teach the entrepreneurship education, definitely the students must have a skills of public speaking and effective presentation. Also, it used to give how to collect and analyze data, how to use social media as an advocacy tool. Then now, without the social media, nothing has happening in the world. Whatever may be the improvement taking place, or whatever may be the small things are changing, so we are able to know immediately. So the social media is the powerful media which form part of our life. So that people must have to know about the use of social media as an advocacy tool. How to solve complex problems that don't have a definitive answer. How to use curiosity, creativity to find an innovative approach to difficult problems. Students learn to understand the product development cycle, come up with their own unique business proposals, and deliver multiple pitch presentations. So that the entrepreneurship education is the need of the hour, and the students must know about the entrepreneurship and the related things. The benefits of entrepreneurship education for students. It teaches basic life skills, enhance creativity, develops problem solving and identification capability, boosts leadership quality, prepares the students for an uncertain future. These are some of the benefits it available for the students. So that the introduction of entrepreneurship education is very, very important and is need of the hour. So it teaches what are the basic life skills required for the student. It enhances the creativity of the students. It develops problem solving and identification capability. So nowadays the people are saying that design thinking. So the design thinking is very, very important for a particular problem. So it must be designed, and we must have to think how to solve this. So that I also it boosts leadership quality and prepare the students for an uncertain future. So always we have uncertain future. Whatever this there is important today, tomorrow they will not be an important one. The world is changing day by day. Whether we are able to equip it with for the changes that taking place in the world. So it is very, very essential for the teachers. They must have to know about the entrepreneurship education, and we have to teach the students so that we are able to prepare the student for an uncertain future. So they are going to become a leaders. We are able to develop the leadership qualities to give entrepreneurship education. The student
அண்ணா
to
யாருக்கு
entrepreneurship. Student join entrepreneurship.
அவனு வரமா கூட்டு வந்துட்டாங்களாமா வரமா கூட்டு வந்துட்டாங்களாமா ஃபீஸ் நம்ம காலேஜ்ல போட மாட்டோம்
Organizer
காலேஜ் தான்
mute everything. Student journey to entrepreneurship. The students, they can have idea generation, opportunity, and investigation. So they have able to know about planning, resource gathering, product, service and development, customer acquisition, yearly trading. Key phases in venture creation may not be completed sequentially. So that the student journey to entrepreneurship is very, very important. So that they can have the capability of idea generation to early trading. The learning will recur. Interest, curiosity, planned learning, response to problem or opportunity, recognition of emergent or current need, perception of information, knowledge, or resource gap. So these are the learning why recurs. It improve the quality of the students, and also we can have different learning resources like who and learning what and how we are able to pull learning from the people. So this is by mentor or advisors, customers and suppliers, peers and entrepreneurship. How we are able to improve the quality of entrepreneurship in students are course based, events and workshops based, experiential and discovery learning, e-learning through internet or TV or books. And also we are able to have managing multiple priorities, interpersonal relationships, self-efficacy, innovation, marketing and selling, planning and managing finance, computing and digital media, intellectual property, and law. These are the different things that are required to a student. We are able to mold them through the mentor or advisors, even through the customers and the suppliers, or even through peers and entrepreneurs. We are able to develop the leadership skills so that the students are going to become an entrepreneurs. Role of industry in entrepreneurship education. Participation of industry in entrepreneurship education is very, very needed. Without the participation of industry, we cannot evolve the students to the next level. If we want to bring the students to our next level, definitely the industry participation is required for the entrepreneurship development. The Industrial Revolution forms the backbone of any development that is taking place in a nation. The industry participation in entrepreneurship education development is essential because the industry people only they are able to know about what are the things that are happening in the industry, what are the improvements that are needed, what are the directions required, how we are able to have that directions properly. These are possible only by that. So that the industry participation in entrepreneurship education is essential. Without the participation of industry in the development of entrepreneurship education, it leads to unemployable graduates. Just they are know about what is entrepreneurship, but they are not able to implement it properly. If they want to know how to implement it properly, then how to become an entrepreneur, definitely the industry people must involve in the entrepreneurship education. Without the involvement of the industry people, we cannot convert our students into entrepreneurs. The industry participation in entrepreneurship education leads to the highly skilled manpower and it improves the quality of education as well industrial development. If the student is want to set up an industry, then he must have the advice of the people, those who are from the industry, and also he has to go and visit the industry, and he must be able to know about what are the things that are happening in the industry. Then only they are able to set up a industry. Hence, the quality of education as well industrial development is based on the participation of industry in entrepreneurship. The industry participation in the development of the entrepreneurship education is needed, which improves the academic ambience and enhance the teaching learning process. Because we are able to get more input from the industry people. If we are able to deliver the output in a proper way, definitely it reaches to our people. The importance of the role of industry in the entrepreneurship education development, the study also suggests the improvements needed and related factors. The industry-based entrepreneurship education is needed. The industry participation in development of curricula, training, and development are needed for the today's competitive world. So the participation of industry in the each and every step of educational institution is required. For example, development of curricula, training, research, and other development. The industry requires the students with great skills. The curriculum used in the entrepreneurship education is not meeting the standards of industry because suppose if you are going to develop this by means of the academia only, because the industry participated people only they are not able to know what are the problems they are facing, how it is going to be avoided, how it is going to be solved, everything they only know. So that along with the academia, industry participation also needed. The industry is in need of highly skilled and motivated graduates to produce greater output. If the curriculum and syllabus are modified according to the requirements of the industry, the embracing situation may change and the students are become industry ready. One of the important methods for achieving the competitive advantages through an institute industry cooperation or institute industry participation. Without the institute industry participation, we cannot have the proper entrepreneurship education. The entrepreneurship education must be an entrepreneurial education which produces employment providing candidates instead of job seekers. The educational scheme aims to provide skill development, awareness about trends in industry, and societal transformation. So these are the important three steps that are required for the development of a nation. The first one is the skill development. The second one is the awareness about the trends in the industry. And the final one, if we are able to develop it properly, definitely we are able to bring the transformation in the society. So that the societal transformation also very important. The curriculum is developed in the higher educational institutions and are not on the track of the industry. They graduate with great motivation and the skills are needed for the development of the nation and participation in the industrial revolution. This can be easily changed by implementing the industry-based curriculum. The industry and the people who related to highly competitive research-based organization are essentially needed for the development of university and institute curriculum development. So that the participation of industry is very, very essential. The role of industry in the development of the curriculum is essential because the curriculum used is a unidirectional document which describes the subject content with broad time allocation. The curriculum for the university or higher educational institutions in developed based on the nation, based on the requirements of stakeholders. So the stakeholders are the parents and students and also the industry. So without the input from the industry, we cannot meet the standards of the industry. The stakeholders' expectations should not be compromised. We should not compromise the expectation of the parents or students or the industry group. So that the industry participation is very, very essential. The curriculum must be developed as per the requirement of government and the job providers such as industries. Also, The competitions between the institutions are to be considered. The curriculum must provide the basic and contemporary knowledge required for the particular discipline. The curriculum is developed based on the analysis and brainstorming. Without having the discussion and the brainstorming, we cannot bring the proper entrepreneurial education to the students. The SWOT analysis is one of the important analysis which must be employed during the implementation of the curriculum. The interaction between the industry is very much needed to improve the individual even who are in the traditional educational plan. So that the industry-based education is very, very essential for the development. The need for industry in engineering education is essential for the present day world. The student must aware the recent industrial development. The industry required skills are essential for the budding engineers when they are out from the engineering universities and institutions. So they must learn the different skills and the presentation skills that are required for the industry. Without that, if they are going out, definitely they are not able to become a successful entrepreneur. Nowadays, the technological and industrial advancements improve the industrial productivity since the industrial revolution taking place all over the world by year. At present, everyone know, so we are having Industry 4. That is the fourth wave consisting of digital industrial technology. So we are implementing IoT, we are implementing artificial intelligence, we are implementing automation throughout. So we are implementing cloud computing, like many systems that are related to the digital revolution are implemented in the industries. So we must cope for that, for which the industrial participation is essential. So this is the industry 4. If you are seeing that, the first we can have the mechanical loom, like that is the industrial first revolution. In the second revolution, start of the 20th century, through introduction of mass production based on the division of labor powered by electrical energy, that is introduced in the 20th century. Start of 70s, we have a third industrial revolution by the introduction of electronics and IT for a further automation of production. After that, now we can have a industry 4. This industrial revolution based on cyber physical production systems, including AI, cloud computing, like digital computing, mobile computing, like many computing devices, and we are able to even work it on remotely. These are possible only in industrial 4. So we must have to cope up with this industrial revolution. In this technological revolution, machines, sensors, and the workpieces are connected through IT system. The 6 design principles used in Industry 4 are interoperability using Internet of Things and Internet of Services, virtualization with virtual plan models and simulation models, decentralization to make decisions on the own, real-time capability to collect and analyze data, provide the insights immediately, service orientation via the Internet of Services, modularity for changing requirement of individual modules. So these are 6 design principles in Industry 4. The industry needs personnel with enhanced capabilities such as good communication, ability to understand the problem solving involvement, and technical knowledge about the problem. Self-confidence, personal initiative, willingness to change, etc. also required. The curriculum in educational institution is industry focused. The students can easily adaptable to the industrial revolution that is taking place so that they will be suitable for the industry environment. The possible industry participation, but not limited to the following. In what are the places we are able to involve the industry people? So these are the certain field that are essentially required. The industry-based curriculum can be introduced, develops the interpersonal skills of the students, thereby increasing the efficiency by providing in-plant training or internship to the students in industry, for arranging the industrial visit, research and the future requirements of the industry by collaboration, infrastructure development by industrial funding, innovative projects development through industry participation, etc. These are the some of the ways we are able to collaborate with the industry. So the typical institute industry participation implementation phases. First, we can have plan for industry participation and implementation. Discuss the industrial implementation strategy in the institutional development and curricula implementation. So we must have to make a brainstorming session to implement the industrial strategies. Implement the strategy by getting the feedback from the stakeholder. Then further discussion and implementation. So this is just a model that how we are able to introduce typical institute industry participation in institutes. So these are some of the advantages in industrial role of institution. The development of entrepreneurial culture in the institution is possible by industry participation. Industry sponsored conferences are nowadays essential. These are possible by the industry sponsorship. Implementation of quality projects can be possible by industry participation. We are able to get the research project from the industry. Whatever they are having the problem, that problems are going to be solved by the academia, so that we are able to have the research and development activities in collaboration with the industry. Industrial visits. If we are able to arrange the industrial visits to the students are able to know about the industry. Exchange of experts. Expert exchange may be considered. So the senior academic people can go and visit the industry. They are able to give some expert advice. Vice versa, the senior people from industry, they are coming to the academia and they are going to give advice to the academia. So this is possible through the exchange of experts between the academia and industry. Then industrial case studies, internship in industries, in-plant training, production of videos. So through the videos, the students are able to know what are the things that are happening in the industry. On the project training and development, critical thinking and evaluation in work culture, guest lecture by eminent industrialists, on the job faculty training, paid vacation or internship for students, process analysis through projects, industrial database creation, and industrial experience to the faculty and students. So these are some of the advantages that we are able to get if we are able to have the participation of the industry in universities or institutions. If we are able to see that the university and the industry, they are able to have the knowledge exchange. The knowledge exchange may be in curriculum improvement, research development, knowledge sharing, and systematic improvement. So these are the different avenues which are available in front of us. Even nowadays, some of the institutes are fully sponsored by the industry. If the institutes are fully sponsored by the industry, then they are able to have close relationship with the industry so that the students are able to know what are the things that are happening in the industry so that they are able to implement these things easily. Also, other advantages it include case studies and implementations, campus recruitment by providing job to the students, faculty development training program like FTPs, conducting value-added courses to the students, improvement in innovative thinking of students, improvements in infrastructure by industry funding, knowledge in solving real-time problems, and also improvement in practical learning. The practical learning is easily possible by the participation of the industry. Students develop multi-phase career support, develops the systematic improvements in strategic planning. It improves the technical knowledge of students. Also, it improves the local regional developments to the students. The students get practical and analytical thinking with innovation in mind. Develop strong leadership among the students. Improve industry institute participation and relationships. Case studies and implementations are easily possible by the institute industry collaboration. Campus recruitment already given. Also, faculty development training program. So these are some of the advantages by using institute industry participation. The role of industries and its advantages. The institute industry partnership provide enhanced leadership, information sharing, practical knowledge, confidence and trust among the students and the faculty, innovative ideas. Also, improved working environment like skill improvement, industrial research, interaction, communication improvement, knowledge sharing, managerial excellence like improvement in institution governance, quality in teaching, industry sponsored initiatives, in-plant training, internship, micro projects, funded projects, and faculty development program also are on other avenues. Apart from that, new product development, industry-based academic research, campus placement, and improved performance are possible by institute industry participation, so that the institute industry collaboration is very essential. So this institute industry collaboration leads to leadership commitment, center for entrepreneurship, we have raising awareness, and for practitioner management and mechanism for execution and performance management are many different field which we are able to improve. It able to give operational approach, internal approach, and external approach. These three approaches are going to be mingled so that we are able to convert our university into an entrepreneur university. Without giving jobs to the student if they are able to convert them into the job provider. These are possible by means of using operational approach, internal approach, and external approach. Combining all the three approaches one by one, we are able to convert our students into entrepreneurs. So this presentation discusses the role of industry in the entrepreneurship education. The conclusion are the industry participation is needed for the improvement of the university and institute. The industry participation definitely improves the quality of the institution. The implementation of industry partnership in industry improves the student skills, innovative aspects, and their capability. The socio-economic relationship also improves due to the application of partnership. So that the implementation of institute industry partnership is very, very essential. The students' capability is increased and they become the industry ready candidate. The interaction and placement capability of the students can be improved easily. The industry sponsored institutes are capable of providing very good practical knowledge to the students. Industrial visit, summer internship, and other practical exposure required for the students also improve by introducing the industry-based curriculum. The curriculum developed through the industry sponsorship improves the quality of faculty member as well the industry people. This system developed very good ambience for collaborative research and on-campus entrepreneurship. Thank you very much. Thank you for providing me an opportunity so that the implementation of industry-based curricula and other things are very, very essential for the development of entrepreneurship education. By providing a proper approach, we are able to have very good industry institute interaction so that we are able to convert our institution into the entrepreneurial institution or entrepreneur industry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Nothing ever becomes real till it's experienced. It's a proverb by John Keats. And we have experienced the real things from your experience, sir. Thank you for your excellent presentation about the entrepreneurship education and role of faculty members in improving entrepreneurship education and thereby improving the teaching learning process. And also you emphasize the skill development of the students and how to improve the skill developments and other things necessary for teaching and learning process. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your excellent presentation. Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, we have afternoon session at 2:30 p.m. This session is going to be handled by Dr. V. Sundareswaran, retired professor, Engineering Design Division, College of Engineering, Guindy, Anna University. So the afternoon session will start 2:30 p.m. sharply. Thank you.